All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this Saturday morning. And let's click this right here and record to the cloud. All right, there we go. It is February 3rd, 2023. Good to see everybody here this morning. We're live on YouTube. I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts with you, then we'll do some live Q&A. The thoughts I wanted to share with you are, who's doing your thinking? Let that settle in for just a second. Who is doing your thinking? There's two people you got to be aware of. Two people you have to be aware of. Two people you have to be aware of. Two kinds of people you have to be aware of. That's probably doing your thinking. You want to know who they are? They and them. What are they saying you should earn? What are they saying you should feel? What are they saying you should think? Who are them that you don't get along with? Who are them that you're going to upset? Well, I'm going to upset them. I'm going to make them mad. Who are your they and them? When you find out who your they and them are, your life changes forever. When you realize they and them are you and you, so who's doing your thinking? Who's witnessing you right now? It's not you. If you're mad, it's not you, because there's no situation that's mad. If you're happy, it's not you. There's no situation that's happy. That's you make it so. What do they say? Your thinking makes it so. When you are ready to make the shift to you, you're going to upset they and them. And then you're going to want to keep they and them happy. You can't keep they and them happy. It's not your job to keep they and them happy. Well, I don't know what they want me to do. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to shift. They don't want you to change. They don't want you to become aware of your opportunities of possibilities. Who's doing your thinking right now? Did somebody run across your mind right now that you thought that maybe if you changed, you'd upset them? If you changed, you'd disappoint them? They and them. Who's they and them? Who are they and them? Well, they say, are you waiting for the Center of Disease Control to tell you what disease you should have or be looking out for? You're 50 years old, you have certain conditions when you turn 50. You're 30 years old, you have certain conditions when you turn 30. When you're 80, you have certain conditions because they said so. This is what the model is. This is how it's supposed to go. When somebody gives you a label, you own it forever. My bride just reversed her numbers on her sugar challenges. She was at a 9, now at a 6.4. Those are just numbers. Pretty cool. She didn't accept the prognosis. You can hear the diagnosis, but you don't have to accept the prognosis. So many of us, because our parents were poor, we're afraid to out earn them. Do you realize that at a subconscious level, right? Don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me. You ever been told, don't embarrass me? Don't embarrass me. Just stop embarrassing me. You're an embarrassment. And do you realize that if you ever make your parents feel bad, you're going to embarrass them? And if you make more money than them, you're wired to believe that that's going to make them feel bad? Well, no, everybody wants more for their kids. Yeah, more, but they didn't say an excessive amount of more. Just saying. Just saying. So what happens? So how do you shift this? This is you having to become aware of you all the time, all the time. How often? All the time. Who's doing your thinking right now? Are you getting a little flustered? That's not you doing the thinking. That's an old story. That's they. That's the they in your life doing the thinking. You getting a little fired up? You getting a little wired up? Maybe that's the you doing the thinking. I'm not, well, I don't have enough things right now. I don't have enough resources right now to get started, Sean. That's the them telling you what you think you have resources for. You have a set of unlimited resources available to you right now. Unlimited. Unlimited. Who's stepping into this moment right now? Who's stepping into this moment right now? This moment right now. They, them, or you? I promise you, for the majority, 99% of the population, it's they. They are stepping into this moment for you and telling you how you should feel, what you should feel like, what your beliefs are, what your values are. If you want more, then you have to decide you got to get your butt up and you have to step in. And when you decide you're going to step in, you're not going to be altered or faltered anymore. I don't think faltered's a word, but you're not going to fail. You're not going to be frustrated anymore. The second you step in, well, I don't know, I can't. I tried it before. That's they talking. That's them talking. That's not you talking. You've never tried it before. You've never tried it before. If you say I tried it before, you have never, ever. Can I let you in on a little secret? You have never, ever tried it before. Just saying. You have never, ever tried it before. If you say, well, I've tried it before and it didn't work, you never tried it before. They didn't work. Them didn't work, which is what they and them want for you. They don't want you to work. You're going to have to get mad. Not angry. You're going to have to get mad and you're going to have to put up some emotional charge. Because listen, if putting yourself in gratitude isn't going to work, then you got to put yourself in prison. If you're not going to go the easy way, gratitude, which is one of the most difficult, challenging ways you could ever awaken yourself, is through gratitude, go to prison. Go to prison and you'll feel the emotion. You'll say, I'm never going here again. See, your life hasn't hurt enough. You haven't been in enough pain to break the habit. You just haven't. This is coming at you, stepping on your throat, kicking you in the back of the head, whatever you want to say. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. You've had enough misery. You've had enough pain. You've had enough frustration and aggravation. Or maybe you haven't. Ask yourself, how much more do I need to sit with? How much more do I need to absorb? How much more anger, aggravation, frustration, pain do I need to sit in before I make a change? Make a decision. Make a decision right now. How much more pain do you need in your life right now? How much more? And then define it. If you go, I don't know, then welcome to the circles of the wheel of never getting out of your significant pain. It's just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. You have to decide. There's a point where you draw the line behind you. Stop drawing it in front of you. You draw it in front of you, you're starting into the pain again. You're starting into the frustration again. Just asking, when's it going to be time? Because we can have great mornings. We can have great calls in the afternoon. We can do evening calls. It's all of the time in between that things are frustrating you, aggravating you, creating pain and suffering and challenges. When's enough enough? That's just the question you got to ask. When is enough enough? And see, when you decide enough is enough, you take ownership. As opposed to them and they, it's now you, right? I'm responsible to you, not for you. You're going to have to be responsible to you and for yourself. And that's the challenge that most people don't want to take. They don't want to take responsibility for themselves. If you're broke, it's your problem. You did it. Can't argue with me on that. You can, but you'll be blue in the face. You can't argue. You're rich, that's your fault. You're in love, that's your fault. You're in pain, that's your fault. You happy? You happy? Are you happy? That's your fault. We think that everything, when good things come, it's because of somebody else's gratitude and grace that they gave it to us. No, it's your fault that you're happy. You got to decide when is enough enough. And then go into it, I don't care, highly charged. You can either be stepping out of prison and say, I'm never going back there again. Or you can be stepping off of the joy bus and say, I'm extremely excited. But everywhere you're at, congratulations. Your thought got you where you are. What you think, it's your fault. What you think is your fault. You see something funny on TV and you laugh. That's your fault. You laugh. That is your fault that you laughed. You watch something on TV and you cry. That is your fault. You cried. Doesn't make it wrong. Didn't say it was wrong. Just said it was your fault. It's your response. It's your reality. So when do you start looking at things? Change the way, right, Dr. Wayne Dyer? Change the way you look at things so the things you look at change. When? When are you going to do that? When? When? You've got to make the decision. Come on. You can't stop dragging yourself around the ground. You got enough scabs and scars on you to last a lifetime, a couple of lifetimes. It's time to step up and step over all of this garbage, step over all of this pain, step over all of this suffering. But you have to make the decision. I can't. You got to ask yourself, is it time? And if it's time, then we should start working together. Because all this is about changing the way you think. That's it, changing the way you look at things. That's all a mentor can do. A coach tells you how to suffer through the pain that you're in a little bit easier, gives you some scripts of how to talk to people so you can face rejection a little bit easier, tells you things you should have done. Ah, you're right, I should have done that. A mentor forces you to shed your old story. And if you are still sitting in your old story while you're listening to this, you are pissed off. When's it time to adjust? When's it time to upgrade? When's it time to say more of what I want and less of what I don't? That's my conversation with you today. You usually do this stuff on Mondays. I figured, well, I'll give you the weekend. I love you bunches, YouTube. I'll see you where? I'll see you at the next event. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now. And if you want to learn more, go to that website.